Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Punk Rock Sports. I'm Derek Revere, joined by Errol, Connor, Jorge, our soccer guru. He's going to talk to us in a little bit about some soccer that's going on. If you've been covering Premier League, you know Aston Villa is going to be regulated next year. Newcastle and Sunderland, they're fighting for that safety spot so they don't get sent down to Champions League. No further ado, here's George.
Hey, what's up, guys? Speaking of this Newcastle Aston Villa thing,
Man.
that breaks my heart to even think that those two are at the bottom of the EPL tables right now.
Well, you know my views about Newcastle, man. It's just, to me, it's just a poorly ran team, you know. And it's like you don't need more strikers. You need more defenders.
I think it's the management that's not working with these two teams.
Right.
And I realized this. I mean, I had thought about it, but I actually realized it the other day when I was watching a game with Aston Villa and they know they're not going anywhere.
Right.
There's no chance of them even gaining a spot on the table. So what the coach decided to do was start throwing in new players, practicing them now on the pitch for the next season. So hopefully they can have a better season next season.
Right.
Because right now what's happening with Aston Villa is a nightmare. What's happening with Newcastle is a nightmare. I mean, Manchester City isn't even really doing that well. I mean, not Manchester United, I'm sorry. Really at the...
But at least they're not fighting for
relegation. You're right. Yeah, but I mean, when you're 25 goals difference, 32 goals difference, you know, at the bottom of the league, it's telling you what you exactly said. There is no defense in these teams.
I'm happy to see a team such as Tottenham and Leicester City, who were in the Championship League, develop their players, and now you really see that that growth in the team from Championship League a few years ago. Now they've come into EPL. And I think really taking a lot of people by surprise. I don't think no one expected them to do both those teams to do as good as they are now.
No, but I will say that the Hotspurs have been building themselves up for quite a bit. There's a young man that I'm sure you guys all know. His name is Clint Dempsey.
Right.
One of these, an American cat. That's where he played. He's actually an American soccer player that made it in Europe, unlike Landon Donovan.
Hey, Landon.
Clint's really
They
good.
couldn't hack it. Or Tim Howard.
Hey, Clint Dempsey was Fulham's finest player.
Yeah.
True.
He's at Fulham and he was at the Hotspurs, I believe. And he did a great job. Look at what he's doing here. He's the Captain America of the national team, that's for sure. You know,
Yeah.
I'd give him the star in his chest, no sweat. And we have players like Tim Howard that actually, made a success over there. The Hotspurs have been looking for players. Teams like Leicester and Tottenham have been looking for players for a while now, and they understood that it takes a while to build a team.
So what else do you have in store for us soccer-wise?
The guy that I love to hate the most, Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Poor guy. He's poor guy. Now there's an issue where he might not be able to get hired because he had a problem with one of the doctors with Chelsea. Her name is Eva Carnedo. And on the first game of the season, she ran out into the pitch to treat a player, and he called her inadequate and impulsive because that's what he does. He just talks crap about everybody. Now they're going to trial.
Oh, wow.
And what's going to happen is that all the dirty stuff that
It's gonna come
Mourinho
out.
does behind the scenes
It's coming out.
is going to come out into play. And that might tarnish his chances of getting to Manchester United. Because I think it would be fantastic if he did go to Manchester United, because we have Pepe Guardiola, he's already there actually, former Bayern Munich coach that's won a Champions League with them, also Barcelona coach and decorated Barcelona player, also with Champions Leagues under his belt, coming to Manchester City.
Right.
So you bring Mourinho into Manchester United, and you have that whole La Liga rivalry all over again. And I think, and I said this before, and I'll keep saying it, I think that the most interesting news right now in football is the coaches and not the players.
I like that. Hey, man. Hey. This makes it exciting,
Well, there has to be a bit of a dynamic going.
Right.
But if you bring La Liga into the English Premier League, those two, coaches have Champions Leagues under their belt. You put them head to head with each other again, like they did in Real Madrid and Barcelona, where it's you hate them. It's your arch nemesis.
Right.
That's going to give them the incentive to
that's going to
pick
drive
their
the
team up
rivalry
exactly.
even more between
And-
the two clubs.
and
Even if it's just between coaches,
even if
that's
it's just
gonna be
between them.
relayed between
Exactly. And then you might have a situation where you have in La Liga right now where there's only really 3 teams. It's Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and Barcelona that are always at the top of the table. Even if we see Manchester City and Manchester U at the top of the table alone for the next 2 or 3 years, I think it would be very
It's going to
exciting
be good for the game.
to see. Yeah, exactly. And for the EPL, because the
Right.
EPL is really going down.
Right.
I mean, in comparison to what La Liga is and the Bundesliga, hell, even La Ligue 1 with Paris Saint-Germain doing such an incredible job right now, Serie A, the Calcio, and the EPL is really at the bottom of the list right now.
Got to step it up. Anything else, sir?
You know what? I think I'm going to give you guys a break for the rest of the evening. I tend to ramble. So we'll go ahead and we'll let you go. But thanks very much for my little soccer segment. This is Punk Rock Sports. I'm George Miranda.